How would you feel if your husband invited his mistress over on your honeymoon? The grand hall doors swung open. All eyes turned to the entrance, where the most beautiful bride of the year stood, her arm looped through her father's. The sunlight streamed in behind her, casting a golden glow across her figure, but her expression was hidden, blurred by the piercing rays. She hesitated. Her eyes scanned the room, uncertain. Today was supposed to be the happiest day of her life, but it wasn't a love story. It was a business transaction. "Compose yourself, Eureka," her father whispered. His grip tightened around her trembling hand. "You know what will happen if you mess things up. We will be doomed forever." There was no comfort in his voice. Only pressure. Only fear. "Let's keep going. Don't get the crowd suspicious," he said, pulling her forward. Eureka's feet felt like stone. She had dreaded this day since the moment her father announced her marriage to Raymond Blackwood, a man she barely knew. A stranger. Her heart pounded in her chest. Tears threatened to spill. Just weeks ago she was a graduate, ready to build her dream career in fashion. Now she was walking toward a man she did not love, for a deal she never agreed to. She had begged. She had screamed. She had packed her bags and tried to run. But guilt held her back. Her parents had sacrificed everything, and now she would too. Before she could gather her thoughts, her hand was placed in his. A large, cold palm. It sent a chill down her spine. "Raymond." He stared down at her with resentment, like she was a curse he couldn't shake off. He looked perfect. Tuxedo crisp. Hair flawless. Expression unreadable. But inside he was fuming. Just another deal, he told himself. Another contract he didn't want to sign. Without a word, he turned to face the priest and pulled his hand away. To him, this was a punishment. A sentence. The priest's voice echoed through the hall, but Eureka couldn't hear a thing. Only her heartbeat. Only the roar of her own thoughts. "Do you accept Raymond Blackwood as your lawfully wedded husband?" She froze. Her eyes met Raymond's. She could feel her parents' tension from across the room. This wasn't love. This was survival. "I do," she whispered, a tremble in her voice. A lifetime in that moment. Raymond was asked the same. He didn't hesitate. He wanted it over with. His father had made it clear. Marry her, or lose everything. The woman he truly loved was the price. And he hated Eureka for it. The priest declared them husband and wife. Raymond turned to her. The kiss was quick. Lifeless. A brush of lips for the crowd. And then he looked past her. At something or someone she couldn't see. But she didn't dare turn. She kept her composure. Just like they told her. Moments later they walked down the aisle. Hand in hand. But his grip tightened around her wrist. She glanced up. His eyes were elsewhere. Pain flickered across his face. The crowd cheered. Confetti rained. But this wasn't joy. This was war in disguise. "What's wrong?" she asked quietly. Raymond leaned close. His whisper burned. "Don't get used to this, Mrs. Blackwood. This is just a business arrangement." His voice cut deep. But Eureka didn't flinch. She forced a smile. "I won't dispute that, Raymond. And please, drop the Blackwood. It sucks." He jerked his hand away. "Now you know your place," he snapped. "Excuse me," he added, eyes scanning the room. Then he walked away, toward the dressing room, leaving her alone. "Where is he going?" her mother hissed. "What did you say to him? Did you upset him?" Eureka stared. So this was her life now. A deal. A transaction. A scapegoat. "We're married already, Mom. There's nothing to worry about." But there was so much to worry about. Her mother's glare was sharp. "Go to him." "No." "Apologize." Eureka hesitated, then obeyed. She walked briskly through the corridor toward the dressing room. Her hands shook. Her legs trembled. She heard voices. Hushed. She pressed the door open slightly, and what she saw tore the breath from her lungs. She couldn't unsee what she had just seen. Her groom, her supposed husband, was in the dressing room, kissing Cassandra as if his life depended on it. "You are all I've ever wanted, Cassie," Raymond whispered, his voice tender as he pulled away from the kiss. "Then why did you have to choose her?" Cassandra's voice cracked, barely holding back emotion. "If you love me, why did you marry that slut?" Each word hit Eureka like a blade to the chest. "I told you. My father forced this union," Raymond snapped. "That opportunist is taking advantage of the situation." Eureka stood frozen, heart splintering. He wanted to scream, to break something, to disappear. "If it were up to me, I'd choose you every single time. This farce will end soon. We'll be together again. I promise." The betrayal was too deep, too sharp. Cassandra, her best friend, had known all along. Known that Raymond was arranged for her. Known and still betrayed her. Why had she pretended to care? Why had she smiled, supported, lied? Tears threatened to ruin her perfectly done makeup, but Eureka turned and ran. Her heels echoed down the hallway as she fled. "How can he be so stupid?" she muttered, her voice cracking as she stormed into the powder room. She gripped the sink, staring at her reflection. The face staring back looked foreign. Painted. Broken. "No," she shook her head. "This is just an alliance. What do I care if he cheats? I was never in his heart. I never will be." She dabbed away the tears, took a breath, and stepped back into the hall. Behind her, Raymond had heard the footsteps. Panic set in. What if someone had overheard? What if his father found out? He chased the sound, dreading the consequences. Eureka re-entered the hall like nothing had happened. She walked tall, adjusted her dress, smiled. If she was breaking, she wouldn't let anyone see it. Raymond saw her laughing with family, posing for pictures, glowing like a bride should. Relief washed over him. Their eyes met. She approached him with a soft smile. "Are you okay?" she asked sweetly. Raymond narrowed his eyes, confused by her calm. "I think you've got something here," she added, gently brushing a finger across his lips. His hand snapped up, grabbing hers. "Stop misbehaving," he hissed. "Oh," she said softly. "Misbehaving? After everything he just did?" She wanted to scream, to claw at him, to expose the lies. But instead she smiled. "I'm sorry," she whispered. Then Cassandra entered. Her dress perfect. Her hair flawless. Her walk confident. Eureka's heart twisted. Without hesitation, she grabbed Raymond by the lapel and kissed him. Firm, intentional, slow. Raymond flinched, tried to pull away, but then noticed his father watching. He gave in. The kiss wasn't for him. It was for Cassandra. Eureka watched her friend the entire time, catching the briefest flicker of pain in Cassandra's eyes. A crack in her perfect mask. That was all Eureka needed. When the kiss ended, Raymond hissed, "What was that all about?" "I love you too, baby," Eureka said brightly, looping her arm through his. "If we're going to make this work, it has to look genuine." Still smiling. Still radiant. But inside she was a storm waiting to erupt. To be continued.